Nation.
Well, the clock is ticking for Oregon's state workers to either get vaccinated or face the possibility of losing their job. The governor's COVID mandate is getting pushback from all different kinds of employees, and some are even going to court.
Well, now some local governments worry the battle over a vaccine could have some unintended consequences for public safety. Henry Balanciefer is the mayor of Warrenton. He is worried that his small community on the North Coast could suffer if some of their volunteer fire department has to abide by this state mandate. Mayor, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So if you would please just kind of explain to us the situation in your city. You have a largely volunteer firefighter and EMT force. How many do you have, and how are they paid and working for the city right now?
So I have 20 volunteers and a cadet, so 21, and then 3 paid staff. So a total of 23 plus a cadet.
Now, we understand that you're not coming out against the vaccine mandate, but you are concerned about when the October 18th deadline comes that it might have an impact on your community. So tell us about that. Explain that.
Yeah, so of that department, there's 15 unvaccinated members, 13 of which have said that they will not get vaccinated. And the problem with that is, of that would be a significant portion, the majority portion of our EMS trained crews. And what I mean by EMS trained is the ones that can administer life-saving treatments like nitroglycerin or an injection or, a nebulizer. And so if they're gone, if they have to be terminated, and they're volunteering up to the line, but if they leave, that would leave our city with single digits to respond to the 17th largest city by square mileage, plus a rural fire district all the way to Gearhart, pretty much, for EMS services. And I am greatly concerned about the unintended consequences that will do for people who need quick EMS responses and won't be able to get it.
You know, we've talked about the unintended consequences being a problem in hospitals, right, with overcrowding of so many patients going in for COVID-19, not having the adequate resources for those types of emergencies. This is an interesting look at, one step back in the pipeline, not having the resources to even begin to respond to some of those emergencies. Can you explain the difference here, too, in having a volunteer force versus a paid full-time employees? I mean, how does all that work?
Well, I mean, with the volunteer force, they come as they are, right? So we provide the training for them. They do get a stipend for responding to calls, but you get if you're new to the department for 3 years, it's $6 a call. If it's 4+ years, then it becomes $12 a call. That's taxed, by the way, I should note. And so that doesn't matter if it's a 2-day fire or if it's an hour-long call. It's the same amount, and that's just for wear and tear on their vehicles and their shirts and all that. But
well, so then is your hope that these volunteer employees could be treated differently under this mandate than employees that are fully on a payroll?
Yeah, so my big thing is that because volunteers come as they are, they respond on their own free will. It's not like employees, which they're on a schedule that is going to happen. That they could that we could accommodate the exemption. I mean, we have had 0 COVID cases related to responding to COVID cases or just responding to any call in the community within the fire department, both in transmitting to a person or to the responder. 0. And that's because we use PPE, and the PPE works with the protocols in place.
All right, so the deadline is October 18th, and we understand your situation. Have you reached out to the governor's office about this, and have you gotten a response?
I have reached out to the governor's office, and I received a question back about the federal mandate, which doesn't apply to the city, as we're aware. And that's about as far. I think the most response I got was actually what Mr. Boyle said in the Daily Historian's article.
Well, so it's interesting, Mayor, because, we have also reached out to the governor's office on this issue, and her deputy communications director, did respond to Coin 6, talking about the need for the hospital capacity, the safe and effective vaccines, to help alleviate some of the stressors we've seen, and said it's critical if first responders are quarantined or hospitalized for COVID-19. who will be left to respond to emergencies in rural communities? So I'm curious, you know, while these are valid points, it doesn't sound like it's directly addressing some of your questions about what options there might be for this volunteer force. And I'm also just curious, your reaction, you know, from us getting a response directly, how does that make you feel when you've been trying to get someone, you know, to have a conversation with you?
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to cast aspersions on folks, but I'll just say it's frustrating. And when we have had 0 COVID cases related to this issue for our fire department responding to these calls, and we're not transferring it to the people we're responding to, it's going to be a lot bigger of a deal if someone has a heart attack and nobody's responding, or it takes a long time for someone to respond. That is going to be a lot bigger deal than having to worry about 15 people in the community that aren't vaccinated, and you know that the government's claiming they may end up in the hospital when that's just not what's going on.
Yeah, Mayor Balanceford, you're not the only community that is dealing with this situation, I am sure. We'll check back in with you and see how this all works out. But thank you for joining us, explaining what your situation is in the city of Warrenton. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Our coronavirus coverage continues online.